New Jersey, a judge ruled that Mayor Eldridge Hawkins can go through with his plan to cut 52 city employees. The mayor is here with the company right now. Your Honor, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
The judge says, yes, you can go ahead and lay off those 52 people if you wish. That gives you leverage to go to the unions and say, negotiate with me. You going to do that?
Yes, we have done that, actually. The layoffs and demotions have already taken effect. And in fact, immediately following the judge's decision, unions were in our offices continuing negotiations.
So, are they going to give in?
That is yet to be seen.
What kind of give-backs are you asking for?
Well, what we've established is that we have a 20% tax increase looming. Half of that is coming from a loss of state funding. So what we're trying to do is close that gap of $3 million, and we've asked for cuts in salary or equivalent give-backs. Costs of health care have gone up, costs of pensions have gone up, and what we've told the unions in essence is if you don't want to take a straight salary cut, then give us equivalent give-backs or concessions as far as contractual terms may be, specifically maybe working for straight time instead of time and a half on overtime.
Negotiations like this are going on all across the country.
Yes.
Towns, cities, you name it, all across the country. But a lot of other towns and cities have not been given that legal authority to go ahead and lay people off. You're ahead of the game at this point.
Right. I think it's absolutely critical because the only motivation unions would have to negotiate with you is, in fact, their loss or possibility of loss of rank, demotion, or straight layoff.
Let me get to a touchy subject. You, sir, are an ex-police officer, are you not?
That's correct.
Under your union contract, when you were a cop, were you allowed to get paid for sick days which you hadn't taken?
Yes, the contract does allow for a certain amount of sick time to be paid out at retirement.
Randy Weingarten, head of the teachers union, just been paid $194,188 in lieu of vacation days and sick days not taken. Now, I know that's nothing to do with you at all, but your teachers union in your town works under the same kind of contract. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's all about balance. Certainly employees have a right to certain benefits, but we have to keep in mind the state of the economy, and the residents just can't afford certain payouts. So I think we have to look at, in fact, capping certain things and seeing how we can move forward to really provide balance.
You're setting precedent here, though, because the way I see it, the unions have no choice but to concede. Because otherwise they're basically saying, go ahead, lay off my buddy. I don't care. I just want to keep getting paid. So the selfishness will just continue to emulate itself unless they concede.
I think larger than the precedent, it speaks to the overall state of the economy. This isn't a Democrat or Republican thing or a union thing or a city thing. It's a dollars and cents and survival thing. We have to do what's necessary to be able to provide services. And if the unions don't start thinking about the bigger picture, then their members will continue to lose jobs.
Your Honor, you're making a lot of sense. So please stay right there and listen to this next story. We'll get a comment. San Francisco thinks it has the answer to its budget problems. Write more parking tickets. The city originally projected parking tickets would generate $99 million in revenue last year, but it came up $7 million short. The answer? Tell the meter maids to write more tickets. Would you consider doing that in your city? Can you imagine $100 million worth of revenue just from parking tickets?
Well, in fact, that is something that we've been looking at. The judge actually in her decision actually spoke to the fact that the city of Orange did many things to help generate additional revenue before we even looked at layoffs.
So you've got to do that.
Yes, we've actually put in place what we call special police, which are part-time police. Their sole purpose is to go up and down Main Street corridors and enforce parking restrictions.
You know, I'm not absolutely sure that it was all from parking ticket fines.
Well,
I think it was revenue
they
overall.
Also garages, too. But it's so funny because they put in some smart meters that actually are supposed to help people not get tickets. But we keep talking about negotiating. What are the unions what is their negotiating strength? Isn't it really that they're telling you, hey, without us, you can't get reelected? Are they telling you that behind closed doors? And if so, how do you respond?
Well, I think certainly there's always a political overtone to things. But at the end of the day, we have to do the right thing as public officials and do the right thing by those that put us in office, and that's the residents. So the unions can feel free to take whatever position they like. At the end of the day, I have to do what's right for the residents.
But as a Democrat, they are obviously saying or implying that to you.
You know, that may be a possibility. I can't speak for all the unions. They may have different positions, but I can speak for what the residents need and want, and they want to stay in their homes and not be taxed out of them. So it's my responsibility to balance our ability to deliver services in the best way we can.
You're a Democrat.
I saw hearts coming from Stu. You didn't see them, but
you're a Democrat, but you're talking just like Republican Governor Chris Christie.
Well, you know, I don't think it's not about Democrat or Republican.
Okay.
It's about
Do you
dollars and
aspire
cents.
to higher political office?
You know, I aspire to do the right thing in the city of Orange.
He's good, isn't he?
Because
Very.
at the end of the
He's
day, you know, if we don't do the right thing in the city, nothing else matters. We have to do the right thing, keep residents in their home, redevelop the best we can, expand our rateable base, and continue to do what we're doing.
Sir, I think you just got re-elected. Thanks very much indeed. Mayor Eldridge Hawkins, Orange, New Jersey. Thank you.